Good evening, America. My name is Mary Kent, and today marks the 20th anniversary of the use of the atomic bombs on Japan by America. We used the atomic bomb on Hiroshima and Nagasaki. It all started from a letter from Einstein, which basically told FDR that if we didn't get to make the atomic bomb first, that Germany would, and they would use it against us as mass destruction. So basically, FDR decided to make the bomb, and he hired a bunch of scientists and military personnel, and he created the Manhattan Project, which was basically the secret code name. And they made the bomb, and then FDR sadly died, and Truman came in as president, and he took over the responsibility of deciding whether we should use the bomb against Japan. So Truman did decide to use the bomb on August 6th and August 9th and killed about 225,000 people. The bomb has still so many questions today, and we are lucky to have President Truman here tonight to answer any questions and kind of like tell his side of the story about his decision and everything like that. So don't forget to tune in at 10 for Truman's visit. Good evening, America. Today we are lucky enough to have President Truman right next to me to talk about his decision on the use of the atomic bomb. There are a lot of questions surrounding the bomb, whether it was the human thing to do, and all different things. So right here we have President Truman to tell us his side of the story. Thank you, Mary, for having me. It's such an honor to speak in front of my fellow Americans. Again, I really, truly do miss this job. There are many reasons why I decided to drop the bomb in Japan. Number one being America just got a war out of Europe, and families just wanted their sons, their husbands, their brothers home in their arms. We couldn't go through this brutal war for much longer. The Japanese were being very brutal, and we just couldn't go through with it anymore. Number two, millions of Americans' lives were saved. Also, Japanese lives were saved too. Lastly, this may sound selfish a little, but the United States grew more powerful by using the atomic bombs, as it made the forces stronger and also put the United States in front of every other country in the world. Now here is an image that was used during about 20 years ago that just shows how many people wanted this and how Japan deserved this. This is a flyer that went around, the poster, and it says, "We here highly resolve that these dead shall not died in vain." Remember December 7th. December 7th was Pearl Harbor, and that was the attack from Japan on our homeland. As my duty as president, it is my duty to protect my citizens, and that is the main reason why. So this image is just an example of how people back then wanted it. Also, this is just a chart that shows 44% said bomb one city at a time, 23 say wipe out cities, 2 don't know, only 4% refused to use, and 26 bombed when there were no people. This is an actual statistic that shows. Also, as I say in my press release, which is right here, that Japan deserved the attack because of Pearl Harbor. What kind of leader am I if I don't represent America, the greatest country in the world, who doesn't stop through anything? That just it's not who I am. This just shows. My press release just kind of helps people understand a little more, so you can find that anywhere really in my press release. Also, as I say in my farewell address, which is, you can find that anywhere, so it's right here too. I say, the war against Japan was still going on. I made the decision that the atomic bomb had to be used to end it. I made that decision in conviction it would save hundreds of thousands of lives, Japanese as well as American. As you can see, I was only trying to help out the greater good of our people and also Japanese people. If the Soviet Union came into the war when we were before we dropped the bombs, they would have been more brutal in Japan. Much more brutal. And that would have caused for a longer war. Also, if the Soviet Union came into the war with us and they didn't drop the bomb right then, they would have taken credit for the war that we won, that we sacrificed our men for. I think America deserved a little more credit than that. Also, this is just an example of how strong the Soviet Union was. This was a former Soviet Union. This is that. All the red. They would have taken over Japan and they would have been very, very brutal. When people say it is immoral or inhumane to drop the bombs, I understand. I don't want to go kill 22, like all these people. It's not part of my moral compass. I don't agree with that kind of things. But this is an actual flyer that our bombers sent out after the Hiroshima bombings. Now, I know we didn't warn them with Hiroshima bombings, but we did warn them for the Nagasaki. This basically says, we're coming again, leave, flee out as you want, like try to flee out, and if people fleed out, then they survived. If they didn't, then they died. It's really, really sad. I wish I wasn't the one who had to decide that. This is also a right here is the letter Einstein sent me. Einstein was saying that if we won the race to the atomic bomb, then we will be one of the most powerful countries in the world. And now that we use the atomic bomb, we are the first countries to ever use that. And that just made our military force so much stronger. So much stronger. It makes us more of a powerful country. And I know I was the president at the time. I did which I thought was right at the time. I listened to my gut feeling. I listened to my fellow worker, Burns. It is my duty as a president to worry about my fellow Americans, not the Japanese. And I know that is, many people say, immoral to say, but I'm worried about my own people, and that's about it. So I'd like to say thank you to Mary and you guys having me tonight. I hope I gave everyone a more clarifying reason. It was such an honor to be here tonight. I'll see you guys later. Bye. I'd like to give a huge shout out to President Truman for coming out here and talking to America about his decision and kind of clarify a couple different things. Don't forget to tune in next week for the dog show that's happening. So yes, I'll see you all later. Bye.